we gon' fuck you all night. Ay, you know that it ain't nothing right. Ay, she got Zaddy running up above it on her. Ay, she got Zaddy running.
Oh, that's fucking beast.
Oh, that was
Welcome to the KYP podcast. My name is Danny. I'm here with my co-host.
KYP James.
Kevin G.
And we have a recurring guest.
Guti.
You guys don't know who I am? You guys don't know? I don't need to say it.
I already saw me, bro.
My name is Jeff.
I got 1 million followers on TikTok. You guys need to know who I am.
Oh, man.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you guys.
And I wasn't here last time.
I
So,
know.
So it's my first time with
had
you.
to-
on
Oh,
the
this is your
podcast.
first time with him?
Yeah, because I had
wow.
COVID when you guys had it back in March.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
That's why.
So I wasn't here. So this is my first time. So I'm happy.
I'm happy to be here, man. Like, man, first time it was great, but I thought I really wanted to have the whole experience with all three of you guys. So,
Because
Yeah.
you were going through a transition as well during that
Bro.
time, right?
yeah. Also that, I feel
Yeah.
like, like that episode was released, and I was like, yo, there's so much growth that happened from there to here.
Is it leaking on you?
Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
I
shit.
was like, is it raining here? Am I crazy right now?
Yeah, I think the ice is like melting now.
Yeah, it
It's
was,
Turn it
fine. It was
off.
just like some drops.
it,
so it's fine.
it's wet for you.
Yeah.
It's a song,
You
The
can-
whole- the
I'm
whole
sure you're
vibe.
used to that by now.
It's
You walk into a
it's kind of
room.
hot in here.
Bro, like,
You walk into the room, the humidity goes up. You don't know why, but you don't
Are
know
we in
why.
Venezuela right now? It's
bro.
fucking hot in out
Yeah,
here.
it is hot actually. Yeah.
This girl standing there with a puddle under her.
It's so crazy.
Goody's walking around with caution wet floor signs.
Wild, bro. Wild.
I'm right behind Guti mopping.
Wild, bro. No, man.
No, but I also, since last time we saw you, I know you haven't talked about it much, but you also discussed about wanting to start your own content creation
Yeah.
firm or company.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I've
actually.
met you in the
Yeah.
while
Yeah,
we're doing this.
we've talked.
So tell us how that's going on. How's that's going? Like any big
Yeah.
events to go?
Well, I mean, first of all, like before I talk about that shit, I just want to say like publicly, because I told before starting, like I'm really proud of you guys for sticking to the plan and being here today. Like to me, like I don't know, man, I get a pleasure of seeing like other people like doing their own thing, and throughout the course of the last year, I had the opportunity of meeting people who are beyond my imagination, far ahead of whatever I thought it could be. And I know for a fact that, when we all do our thing at the end of the day, no matter how, and we all can bring value to the table, we're an unstoppable force, So
Yeah.
for me to have guys like you that are actually, staying the course and doing their own thing and never giving up, bro, that's special to me.
We're all growing up. We're all
Yo, it's
leveling up.
wild, man.
Yeah.
Well, I met Danny when I was 20, I think.
Yeah.
But Kev, like,
We connected when we were like over the last
Yeah.
Way
last
beyond
year.
any
bro,
self-actualization.
Like, we were
Yeah.
fucking like what? Like,
Kids.
man, playing at the court, and Jay, well, man, Jay and I used to
Fourth
talk.
grade, we go way back.
we used to
Yeah.
end school and just sit down in front of houses and speak about girls, man.
Yo,
for hours.
we would just like walk from home, walk from school.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, that Chloe girl, man. Like,
Shout out to
She-
her.
she-
If I could
Shout out
just
to her.
like, oh
5
man,
minutes,
like I
hold
like
her
her
hand
so
for 5
much.
minutes.
Shout out to the girls from elementary school, for real.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
You can't do that, Goody. Come on.
Sorry, guys.
We know you're
Sorry,
busy. We
I'm
know
so
you're
sorry.
busy, man. We know
no,
you're-
but
sorry.
businessman can't have no
Yeah.
silence.
Money doesn't sleep. Money
Yeah,
doesn't sleep.
doesn't sleep, you know?
But yeah, man, just going back to like what we were saying, like well, last year I was just in the process of thinking about it, and funny enough, like now I've from that time to here, I changed partners as well, and one of the great things about finding people that complement you, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see it like in the room with all you three,
Yeah.
is that when you find the right pieces to the puzzle and people that do things that you're not able to do, you're able to go 10 times faster than you are,
Yeah.
So, last year when I came to the podcast, I was working, I think, at the bank, and I was also like working as a busboy in a fucking restaurant.
Oh, you went back to the bank?
Yeah, I went back to the bank.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like,
You're just making cash.
Yeah, well, I was what happened is that I got signed in an agency for TikTok.
Okay.
And like it was just I didn't see the vision back then. Like now it's a bit different, but back then I was just like they wanted to 30% of the whole deal.
Oh.
And I was like, you know, I was pretty desperate because I was like, yo, I need money, you know, and I'm not getting it right now, and I'm still working whatever jobs.
Whatever opportunity you can get.
Yeah, whatever opportunity I could get. So I was like, yo, let's do it. And I don't know what happened, man. Like as soon as I signed, I was like, this is not it.
You turned off. Yeah.
And gladly enough, I negotiated a contract to have like an exit clause. I was like, okay, like if something happens, it's just, you know, call it quits, you know, I'll agree to everything. Bro, like within 3 weeks, I was like, you know what, this is done.
I need that clause, baby.
Yeah, but then I was like, you know what, like let me put this effort that I put on like TikTok, and like my fitness journey, let me put it into money, man. Because I was like, yo, I want to make money. I want to know what it's like to have my pockets full. Yeah. Because when you're an artist, man, like to be honest, whatever you're at when you start, it's the worst thing. Like you want to make it, you know that you love this shit, you know you want to make this every single day. But then after a certain amount of consistent effort, you know, the body kind of like gets swollen, and it's like, oh, the brain is a muscle like anything else. Like like biologists, don't quote me here, but it's just a metaphor, I would say.
Get Kareem in here.
Yeah, please. But I see it more as a muscle. It needs rest. It needs, you know, to step back from time to time. So I went back to the bank, and I went to being a busboy. And bro, like I'm not gonna lie, like my ego was kind of like hurt. Is like fuck, man. And the worst thing is that my following, there's still people from Montreal that follow me from TikTok, even though it's not a lot. Bro, I would be at the restaurant, and there's people who are like, yo, you're Guti, man. And I was like, yes, man, I'm just busting the table right here. I was like, yeah, like, yeah, you like what I do? Yeah. So my ego was shattered. But because I did that, I was able to find the guy who was a client back then.
Kill your pride, baby.
That's it, bro.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You can't be thinking of how the optics look, all of that.
Yeah.
That's it. So the guy that I'm partners with now, he's a businessman.
How did you meet him? I'm curious.
He was a client. So that same restaurant that I was working at,
no fucking way,
they needed TikTok, and it was random. I never participated in group chats whatsoever. I'm like, I'm here for the money and I'm out.
Yeah.
And then the group chat, the one of the co-owners was like, hey, anyone down to help us for TikTok? Love, right? Because it's like back then, a year ago, it was just like, who can do little TikToks for us?
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're looking at that, they not ready, baby. They're not ready for this.
Yeah.
First reflex, bro, it was this is not for me, man. Let me just focus on my thing. You know, I wanted at that point, I wanted to release something on TikTok that was gonna cost me some money. So I was like, yo, let me not get into more trouble. Stick to the course. I don't know what happened, man. Something inside of me was just like, Guti, but you know you can't help them, you know, like. And I was like, and that word, like, helping them was really like, I don't know what happened to me. I was just like, you know, you can help them, bro. Like, why don't you do it? I was like, fuck. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me hit him up. Then I put in the group chat, yeah, I can do TikToks. And, bro, like, listen, man, I'm a guy with a beard, you know, back then I had a bit of more hair. And I was like, you were like, what do you mean? Like, you can do TikToks?
You showed them your TikTok?
Yeah, bro. Then they asked. Then the whole group was like, yo, what do you mean? You have TikTok? I was like, yes. And then it's like, yo, what's your TikTok?
Shit.
And I was like, okay, well, about to hit that shit up. Yeah. Like, your boy Guti. Then everyone was like, yo, what the fuck? What are you doing?
We had a gem out here.
He was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, okay, I have to explain. So I explained them the story.
Nice.
So I was working with them, and then I was shooting TikToks. Marvin, who's my partner, was sitting at the bar. And he saw me shooting, man. And he was like, hey, like, what are you doing? I'm just like TikTok guy. Exchange contact. Am I saying it right? Contact.
Because he used to say contact.
Contact.
And yeah, man, we met up. I explained to him my situation, and he gave me a little resume of who he was, you know. And this guy has built businesses his whole life.
And he was thinking of also doing TikTok.
Yeah, so he was thinking of doing TikTok, and what happened is that he was just mentoring me for a while, because I was supposed to go into business with the restaurateur, like the owner of the the owner of the restaurant, because he saw the results. He was just like, "Fuck, man, this is crazy."
Oh, it boosted,
bro. Like I got them to 50K in like 4 months. 4 months
in TikTok.
On TikTok, and on Instagram they had like one video going to 22 million views. So they were like, "Holy shit!" Like, okay, let's do business together.
Yeah.
But the restaurant business is very tough, you know. So when you're an owner of a restaurant and you're the only person to run it, it's hard to get somebody's time, right? So things were getting delayed, and at some point, I told him like, yo, like, I'm getting results, and I know I can make.
Yeah,
it's a two-way street. We need a buy-in from you
I can make way more money than what you're giving me right now, But I do appreciate it, like the opportunity, because I was more working as a social media manager. It was like, I was working full time over there. I quit the bank. I was like, okay, let me just, because he gave me like a salary plus like some extra, and I was like, okay, let me just do this, So I was working more as a social media manager. And then for like 3 hours a night, I was just busboying, So it was really chill, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it sounds like a good job. Like
it was really cool.
Yeah.
Met people, and eventually it was just, I just felt it was time, and Marvin was like, okay, let's do this. After a while, he was just, let's do this.
So is Marvin your partner? That I think last time you were on here, you were mentioning you were gonna do kind of more long form films. Or long form versions of more like short films, right?
Yeah. I was talking a lot about that as well. Found out that sometimes it's okay to change lanes, man.
Of course. No.
Tell me the tea, bro.
Yeah. Man, there's so much to say, man. It's crazy. Like this last year has been insane, man. From, like, it's hard to explain how much of TikTok has affected my life in the last 4 years, but just since that podcast, I mean, I haven't posted much. Maybe I posted like 25 times. But because of the old content, I'm still getting the benefits from that old content being posted.
Yeah.
From sponsorships that find me from like old stuff. There's influencers or entrepreneurs from Germany that find me on TikTok. It's like, yo, we love what you do and would like to meet you. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I haven't posted that much. So one of the things with content is that it's everlasting, it's there forever.
Good or bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've all been in a situation where it's like we're going through our timeline or whatever, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we see a post that blew up maybe like 5 years ago, especially YouTube. You get that on YouTube a lot. Hey, 5 years ago. And you're like, what the fuck? Why is this blowing up now? Well, sometimes it's just everlasting, like when something is good or connects with someone, it connects with them forever, no matter the people. So I'm getting that benefit right now. So from what happened last summer, when I spoke with I met my friend Nima, who's an entrepreneur and has a business as a wealth manager. When I met up with him, it completely changed my perspective.
This is the Miami guy
who lives in Germany now. And I went to see him in Toronto. Shout out to Nima. And he changed my perspective on a lot of things, man. Because, sometimes we're so stubborn at being something because, this is what I set my mindset to be. But throughout the course of the journey, you have to allow yourself or allow the journey to kind of mold you and allow yourself to take other opportunities than the ones that you were setting for yourself. Because you're not like,
you don't know everything.
You're not God, or you're not like the universe, right? You don't know what's out there for you. There's a lot of people who wanted to be actors, and then social media came in and we're like, yo, fuck this. I'm gonna do my own channel and make whatever amount of money. So I'm in that situation right now where it's like, oh shit, I wanted to be just a filmmaker behind the camera doing that shit. But now it's like the whole world is opening to me, and it's like, oh, okay, listen, you can build your business. You can team up with businesses to sell e-commerce products. You can also do sponsorships. You can, take care of we have the basketball team, like events. It's like, it's a whole world within itself that I didn't expect, but I always worked for it. I was always like working fucking hard for whatever reason. Yeah. And now it's more like, okay, I'm seeing the benefits, and it's not needed for me to simply have this mindset of like, yeah, I'm going to be a filmmaker and this is what I'm going to do and fuck the rest. It's more of a let opportunities come to me, and let me choose the ones that I feel I'm interested in, or I will be able to give my 100%.
So what would you say are some of your main focuses now?
Now, definitely the business. definitely focusing 100% on the business. I was able to quit like my jobs from it like after 2 months because how excellent Marv is as a person, and also as a salesman. He's
so he has like what 20 years of experience.
Right, he's 64 years old.
So he did sales his whole life.
His whole life. His son does sales. His son worked for Grant Cardone as well. Okay. So so he's like, bro, he's a legit man.
He's like a wizard.
Yeah, he's basically wizard. Like, I don't know, like, do you consider yourself like a salesperson as well?
Yeah, I'm in sales.
He's basically you 20 years from now, like with all the experience. Like, bro, we've been to events, and literally he's like, yo, you find this girl hot? Yeah.
It's cold. Hey,
do you have is that coffee on your
He's a good wingman?
Oh, bro, amazing. Yeah. It's wild, bro. I was like,
he's a natural.
He's a natural, man. He's done that his whole life. So, it's really like, a blessing from the sky because I wasn't expecting that of being a fucking busboy. So yeah, man.
So what I'm hearing is as soon as you killed your pride, an opportunity arises.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
That's a recurrent thing, though.
Like I think with everyone, it's mostly just sometimes when you don't know what you're doing, and you just say, fuck it, I actually don't know what I'm doing, and you're letting go of that ego of just saying I know everything.
That's it.
And you seek out help, you find all the opportunities. But I wanted to get back to your other point that you mentioned about the giving up what you're doing, because we had Kareem on the podcast.
Shout out to Kareem.
We were talking about laser focus on one thing. And I know from your experience, you had the laser focus on one, but when the door opened, you jumped ship. And so I wanted to know, like, your experience and what do you think, like, when is enough for you to give up on something that you don't think is going to move forward and jump ship completely?
So it's very weird, man, but it's the gut feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It's I'm glad you brought this point because it's something I've been trying to figure out as well. How do I get there sometimes? When I first, just going back to like roots, right? RXR, right? When I was like, we were going through a patch of some things, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna hop all in on TikTok, right? And I hopped all in on TikTok, and okay, cool. The same way I hopped all in on RXR, right? Because that's mainly what I do. I just hop all in on things.
Yeah.
So then I hopped all in on TikTok, and then I hopped all in on the fitness journey, and then now I'm hopping all in on the business. The thing, the place that I'm at right now is figuring that out, but also understanding that we're pretty young, man. Like, Marv is 64 years old.
Life is long. When you start being in rooms of those types of people, like way older than you, they look at your problems. They're like, bro,
they laugh at me, bro.
It's a drop in the pin,
bro. I don't even bring it up anymore because it's like they find it disrespectful. It's like, yo, the fuck are you talking about? Like, you don't know what to do. Like, do you know how old you are, motherfucker?
The perspective is like, if I was your age right now,
bro. This guy, like, like when being with Marvin really made me realize that, because before, and maybe you guys can attest for it, I was really tense about things. It's like, and it's not a bad trait, but when you hang out with people who are older and they're so chill about life, you start realizing, why am I so tense about things? It's like, what the fuck? Like,
so true.
Yo, why am I like trying to like figure out things right now? And you will hear entrepreneurs being like, yeah, you need to like get there as fast as possible, whatever. But I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of Nipsey Hussle, but I've been like, I loved looking at his documentaries on YouTube and all that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. And one of the things he said, it's a marathon, not a race.
Yeah.
And that's how I've been feeling lately because of what you're saying. I've been always laser focused on things, and now I'm seeing the benefits. So I'm like, okay, I'm 28 years old. I'm having all these options thrown at me. I look at Marv, and you ask him, right? And bro, don't ever even think that this guy's at the back end of his career. He's like, nah, man, I'm just,
this is peak right
he's
now.
Peaking
bro,
right
yeah,
now.
he's like, bro, I'm good for another 30, 40 years, And I'm like, so holy sick. Shit, if he's good for another 30, 40 years, how good am I going to be, in the next 50, 60? I don't know what, So I've learned to kind of, yes, being laser focused, but also understanding that I will have to spread my focus on other things from time to time,
Is it because you're trying to level up, though?
That's where I'm at. Yeah. I think
did everything that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And like if you keep doing the same thing, it's like too easy, or it's if like you did the same thing, it's getting old. So you just want to move up, do something different, change it up.
Change it up. I think that's really I want to bring everything together, you know. Think like the fitness journey was one thing. Yes, TikTok, the skits was one thing. The business is one thing. So now what I'm really trying to figure out is like, how do I bring it together? Because I love all these things, you know, like going to the gym it's not more like, it started just as like a goal where it's like, yeah, I want to prove that I can lose weight and look good. And now it's really like, yo, I love this shit, you know, like I love going to the gym. I love, you know, just knowing that I'm doing something for my body, and also knowing that it will have very good repercussions on my life later on, you know, eating well, all of that. So I'm just looking for a way to bring it all together because of what you're saying. Like I love being laser focused on one thing. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
But I think you need to choose, because like I don't think it's possible to bring it all together into one big mashup.
Yeah, probably.
Like if you can you could mix working out and doing business together.
Yeah.
But how you gonna you can maybe do storytelling, gym, and business, but like you need to choose like that, like one or two routes you really want to focus on, and then the third one that you really love, it could be more like I don't know,
hobby or
like a hobby, or like something that's part of your life. You know.
I feel you.
I also think it doesn't explicitly have to be all together, like, you know, clearly all together. It could be more like you choose one thing you want to be doing right now, and all the experience you've gained from those other journeys you've completed, the fitness journey, the TikTok journey, those experiences subliminally will be will permeate through whatever you're doing now.
And bro, like I don't know if do you guys feel like you usually celebrate your wins, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you feel that?
Every day, man. We went clubbing last night. Fuck, man.
Oh, yeah. You guys went out with Kareem, by the way?
No, we didn't go out with Kareem.
Okay. Because he's wild.
He lost his voice. He was tired yesterday.
Yeah, he's wild.
Yeah, I heard he's a huge hype man.
Yeah, he's wild, bro.
But it was different going out with Kevin last night.
Yeah.
It was like the really first time it was just me and him going out, and then obviously there was friends there. But like, you know, I felt, and I wanted Danny to come, but you know, we got things going on. Well, I looked at Kevin. I'm like, yo, we're doing shit.
We're doing shit.
Like, I'm in the car, like we're driving to the club.
We were on such a high after Kareem's episode because we really view that as a milestone episode because, you know, I'm sure people might have seen him now. The episode's out, but Kareem's such an impressive person to me.
Wait, the episode's already out?
No, by the time
people listen to this.
Oh, okay.
Listen to this. But he's just such an impressive, like, high functioning guy, you know, so laser focused on, you know, I think he's just optimized his life but he talks about it. And he's able to talk about the journey, all the specific things you need to do, the mindsets you need to train, the habits you need to have, the medical perspective and reasoning behind it. So it's not like you're looking at this guy and you're wondering how he does it. His message is like, I started as a normal 20-something-year-old guy, and I put effort into kind of building out all that life infrastructure that, you know, will allow me to do what I want to the best ability. And, you know, having Kareem on made me feel like it's a milestone because we've come so far as podcast hosts. Because I think if he came in the first month, 2 months we were filming this, we would not be able to have that level of conversation with him. And, you know, thank you so much for kind of making that connection, right? I don't think
I didn't make it myself, but you guys made it. Like the fact that you put out content, like this is the power of content. You guys put up some shit out there.
Atomic Habits. Like, we're talking about it. Just
law of attraction.
Do something every day and work on it. Right.
That's it. You know, you guys did it yourself. You know.
But like I know you were mentioning about the small wins. For me, every time I have a small win, I get myself a new suit, despite what people think. That's hey, like this guy owns a suit store. He can just buy himself a new suit every time. I celebrate my wins with a suit, and every single one of my suit jacket has a quote in it. So that represents how my life works.
What was the last one you got?
I think the most recent was one of my overcoat. It's my gray and white one with the pattern. and let me think for a second. I think it says let them hate as long as they fear you inside of like my code. But I wanted to know, like, you mentioned about small wins, but what do you do on the side to celebrate those little wins that you have?
Bro, I don't know. I get chicken wings too.
Yeah, my boy hasn't changed. Yeah, my boy hasn't changed at all.
You have a chicken spot? Favorite chicken spot?
Man,
Domino's.
Buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings.
No, Domino's. Yeah, Domino's.
Are you getting buffalo wings? Buffalo sauce?
Yeah, bro, all the time, man. It's
What's your dip though?
It's the
blue cheese?
ranch. Yeah,
Ranch.
ranch. Definitely ranch.
I kind of like the blue cheese, man.
Blue cheese is not bad, but the thing is
Ranch is
that
OG.
yeah, ranch is kind of OG
With
man.
the celery and the carrots.
All right,
yeah.
we're just gonna take a food tangent here because I'm interested.
I'm so hungry.
Do you clean the bones?
Bro, that's the only way to eat the fucking wings, man. What do you mean?
It gives me so much anxiety. Some of my friends, like, they leaving fucking 30%
Yo, they take
of the chicken on the bone.
They take a single bite out of the chicken, they leave the chicken there.
Yo, what the fuck? That's not eating chicken wings, bro. That's like eating chicken. Like
when you're fucking up the ends, that's the best part.
That's
of
the yeah, bro. Like the
experience.
bones
You're
and all that. You
fucking it
need
up.
like be licking that shit, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Make that chicken moan or something. You know, like make
Yo,
it feel
make
it.
some love to it.
Yo,
Show us
I
some
swear,
passion,
bro. I
dude.
swear, bro. I don't trust. Like, I don't
mean-
trust you if you don't lick the chicken.
Yeah,
bro.
I
I
don't
mean,
trust you.
I'm not putting love in the chicken because I use my teeth on the bone.
Yeah, you clean that shit.
I clean that
Yo.
shit clean.
Yo, for real. No, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm a pretty. I'm trying to change certain things in my life just because now I have a bit more time to like dedicate, like outside of work. But you know, like I'm pretty simple, man. Just like staying at home with like my mom or my sister, whatever, and just like, you know, chilling and eating wings, watching a movie. Like, I think like the art world is very messed up in itself. You know, as a creative person, we always live in this chaos. You know, of I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or all those things. So celebrating for me, really like clubbing and all that thing. Sometimes I go on dates to celebrate. I'll be honest.
Yeah, how's that going?
set
I'm
up.
curious. How's the dating life, baby
Yo,
boy?
it's complicated, man.
Yeah?
Like, yo,
Dating
I've
is
met
so frustrating. I think with the online
'Cause-
apps and now
'cause
people are treating each other like disposable numbers.
It's
you know.
wild.
Because
Yeah, it's
I met
wild.
we met Isaac the other day,
Yeah.
and
Yo, is he single?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm just like, god damn, like the dating life is tough, you know, like
Bro, you
shit's
definitely.
happening.
I would
Like,
tell you so. You definitely like one of
Yeah.
the few, bro, that actually
Yeah.
found a pearl, bro. Because
Yeah.
like,
Yours, yeah, like
yeah, you got to work on it though. It's
yeah.
hard work, you know.
Yeah.
It's consistency and just
When
letting
you're-
go of your pride.
when you're a younger guy,
Oh.
you think,
you're in a relationship too now.
yeah,
Ish. It's
Ish.
complicated.
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, you're working through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think as a younger guy, you have a vision of like, oh, you know, you sleep with so many beautiful women and that's enough. But as you get older, I really start to admire and appreciate like the long-term healthy relationships that.
But let's go deep. So
Oh shit.
so because you know when we're at RXR, you were
Yeah.
in a long-term
Ah,
relationship,
man.
similar
By the
to
way,
similar to mine.
Yo, like the dating scene now. Listen, I'm over it, you know. But I'm like,
Do you
yo,
miss that? Do you miss the old days?
No, I don't miss them.
Not the person, just the
But I
old days,
realize
yeah.
the value of that person
Yeah.
in my life today,
Yeah.
you know, which is crazy.
Consistency, stability.
Consistency, stability, having someone to
Just talk to or
communicate,
anything,
yeah, talk to, you know, and that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about like, oh, is she that she
Stupid
has
ass
somebody
texts,
else, you know, on the low? Why is she going to clubs, or you know, why is she not hitting me up when she should be hitting me up? You know,
Who's this
think
guy
that's
and her
those-
stories?
yeah, like, bro, like,
You're always
a-
overthinking.
It's similar to like the business partners, right? You want to
Yeah.
find a team that's complementary to your
yes,
weaknesses.
absolutely.
I think all four of us here tend to be on the side of like the more chaotic, the more kind of we'll figure it out. We're good at adapting. We're not
Yeah.
much, you know,
Planners.
as rooted or stable. So for a romantic partner, that's very complementary to us to have someone. Because our lives are so chaotic, probably doing your creative stuff, your attention is all over the place. You have to be assertive. You have to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
You want someone at home who's kind of, because if
Yeah.
you have someone who's the same as you,
Bro.
it's 360. You go to work, it's like that. You go home, it's like that.
Yeah, it's torture.
And it's wild because a lot of girls when we meet, they think like I'm expecting them to be like this boss girl, you know. It's like, oh, like boss. I'm like, you don't understand. Like life is and everyone here can relate about this, but it's like, yo, I'm trying to create every single day. You know, I'm a creative person, so everything I do is unsure. You know, even if I'm confident, there's no certainty about anything that I do. It's like I have to make it up, you know, because you're creative. You make shit up when you're a creative person. Even though if there's rules to things, you still got to make shit up. So if you're a boss girl and you're always like, you know, on the grind the same way that I am, we're not going to see each other at all because I'm always busy. And if you're always busy, right, it's not going to work. You know, I need you to be available.
In that scenario, someone has to take a step back, and you don't want to do it. She doesn't want to do it.
Exactly. So you know, it's tough to date in this market.
So you're looking for a housewife?
Bro, I wouldn't mind having a girl that, you know, loves to do her things and
we got Jenna in the back here.
Wait, are you a housewife, Jenna, or are you looking to be a housewife?
She's itching right now. You know those you know that Arthur meme?
She wants
the fist. You don't like housewives? Like, I don't get it. What's the insight?
No, it's just funny.
But I also think one thing that's really weird about the dating scene these days is that, let's say, men, unless you're going to a prestigious school, you go out, you go into consulting or like a really good job and you're very stable at the age of, let's say, 27, 30.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are still out there trying to figure themselves out. Yeah. And they don't hit that peak until they're like mid 30s, 40s or so. But then a lot of these men too want to have a family.
Yeah, man.
So, but women who want to have kids and everything, their biological clock, it's not safe for a woman to have kids past a certain age, and it gets really dangerous for them. And so there's this disparity about the woman, her time's running out, but the men is just basically trying to find it. And so where's the fine balance between all of this?
Yeah, I feel you, man, and I see it a lot with I was you know, sometimes I go on a date with like girls who are 30 and over, just like whatever.
You pick their brains?
Yeah, just picking the brains, and
they want it. They want the baby, eh?
Bro, they want everything
know exactly
right now.
what they
exactly
want.
what they want.
Bro, and they're tough, bro. They're really tough, you know. And sometimes it's really sexy. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, sometimes they're just like, damn, like, you know, I'm not ready for all that stuff, you know. But
it puts it into perspective.
Yeah, you know. But the main thing for me, man, it's the main thing that I dislike about the market right now is what you were saying. It's how we treat everybody disposable. You know, I'm very lucky to have like a good surrounding of people that just treat me well. But you know, when I go on the dating market, it's just like, why are you treating me like I'm nothing? Like, you know, I treat you good, treat me good. That's how the world works. But not at this occasion. You know, you're ghosting me. You're like making me work super hard for yourself. It's like sometimes just like, why are you doing all this crazy thing? You know,
it's also funny because sometimes I think Kevin gets it, is when you're dating you're going out on dates with a girl and you're genuinely a really nice person.
Yeah.
And the opposite party goes, if you're that nice to me, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Like, oh my God. And I feel like, okay, maybe Jenna can jump in. I don't know. But I feel like girls always trying to find something wrong with guys. Like, oh, what's wrong with him? He's too good to be true. She's about to jump in. He's too good to be true. Let me find some flaws about him. He must hide something.
Look at the confidence she's walking. I'm about to drop a bomb.
Yeah, bro.
I'm about to drop a bomb.
You don't need a headset. Okay. Here's the scoop.
Oh, shit.
Second rule.
Okay, from my perspective, I'm thinking like, even though I don't want to have kids right now or anything, like, I got to know what I'm getting myself into. You know,
how many kids do you want, by the way?
None.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Actually, I don't really want kids.
It's a fair question at this age, yeah.
For now.
That's fair answer.
For now,
For now.
Things change.
Like,
Same
it
for
doesn't
me.
really enter my mind. Like, my body's not saying, like, have kids.
Yeah, I feel you.
But, like, if you, like, just in our nature, like, I got to figure out your red flags because, like, at the root of everything is, like, you guys could be a threat to me. Yeah, you know, if I'm going to devote my life to you or my time. Like you could kill me, or I could enter like
you could get hurt. You could do
I could like.
Okay.
You could be an alcoholic. She doesn't know.
You're toxic and you beat me. Like I have to be like, you know.
And they need to make sure they have the sense of security that you know you're gonna commit to this, right? Because especially at our age, we're like 20, you know, mid 20s, late 20s. The women our age, like the next time they date, they commit to a serious relationship. It's like the last remaining years of their prime years, right? So if you're not serious or dicking around, they have to filter that. So I understand where it's coming from. And same thing with the guys, right? Especially guys who are ambitious, they have options. We have to kind of, you know, for me to get into my next relationship, I need someone who's worth me kind of foregoing all my other options, right?
But don't you feel like guys were a bit the opposite, where guys were trying to find what's right with her, even though she has like all the red flags?
I think women, I think men love very...
I gotta wait. Just keep going.
I feel like Jay has to go. Jay, I feel like right now
we're on the same wavelength here.
I don't know if I'm on the same wavelength. Just go. Yeah.
But what I want to say, I think as a guy, at least for myself, I think we tend to love idealistically. Like, you know, she's beautiful, she says something, she made you feel this way, she showed that she's caring, she showed that she understands you, and you're like, for us, once that hits, it might be difficult, not too often for us to find something like that, but when we do, we're like head over heels. Like idealistically, like she might be unemployed, she might be this, I don't care,
I swear
I want you. Whereas women, you have to check all the boxes, you know, like, do you have your fucking life together? Can you, you're nice to me on this date, second date, third date, but can you do that consistently over time? You know, are you
such a hard work?
Even like, let's say guys, let's say a girl has like self-confidence issues, trust issues and stuff like that, we'd be like, it's okay, we're there, help you out and everything. But the girls can turn around and like, I fucking hate the way you breathe.
Absolutely. Jay, I mean, go ahead, man.
I think it's along the lines of what Kevin was saying, and as well as Jenna's, because the guy's perspective, like for myself personally, it's like I'm all in. Like the first date I had with my girlfriend was like I was just staring at her the whole time. I was like, you know, I was just listening to her for 3 fucking hours. You know, like I could listen to her forever.
It's like dingling,
and that's what she loved about me. Like,
for sure.
Like it was that smooth, like because I wasn't hiding anything. I didn't have any intentions. It was my first time on like a dating app after like another 5-year relationship back then, so I was just so oblivious because the girl could have fully taken advantage of me and done me the next day, you know, and I wouldn't have known. But I had a good vibe, and if I have a good, like, you know from the first hug or the first hi, you know, there's a vibe. So I got lucky. The person could have definitely just taken advantage of anything. I didn't know anything back then. I was very young. But the girl's perspective, it's like, I get it. Like the guy could be a dick. We don't know. She thought I was a fuckboy based on my Bumble pictures, you know, because I was taking fashion pictures. I was on Instagram.
He was the ultimate,
I was a totally different person from my pictures to who I am in real life. And then with her experiences in the past with men, it wasn't great, you know, like men take advantage. Just what Jenna was saying, it's like not all men, but I would say maybe 90%, you know, have intentions. They don't know how to deal with women most of the time. You know?
I think so too. I think that's really fair.
So it is dangerous. Like not even just violence, but it's just like mental health. Like
I think overall they just have so much more on.
You need to worry about it. It's fair.
True.
It's a fair,
so, especially with the biology too. Like if they pick the wrong partner, they get knocked up. You know, like
so that's what I'm saying. So what you were saying with like in the dating scene when there's the girls need to worry about more things, more criteria, the red flags.
But also, one thing that really hit me is that I talked to a lot of my girlfriends, and they said, being a guy sometimes in the dating scene, yes, you get rejected by a lot of girls. You have to deal with the fear of rejection and stuff like that. But us girls, we go through stuff where we can't walk in a dark alleyway at night. We can't walk in a club alone.
Pretty much.
We can't leave our drink unattended without anything. It's a scary world out there because there are some people that will take any opportunity to like either harm you or get what they want.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot more guys that don't know how to handle girls, or or don't really get the opportunity of how do you say this, like dating women. And
it's misunderstood. It's twisted,
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys who have this need of like, I need a woman, and it's like that's when it gets me. What you're saying, where it's like it's dangerous for you guys, where it's like, hey, you go to a club and then you get into incidents of like whatever, like
roofie, drugging,
all that shit. So,
shit happens all the time.
No, that makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, I met a girl like, I met a girl that like, man, it was wild.
Ooh,
her man's like she dated her it wasn't her ex, but she was dating this guy for a month, and after a month the guy like she cut like things off with him, and the guy was like following her and all that shit.
Oh yeah, guys don't know how to act.
I know a girl that that happened, but it wasn't even a dating, it was a coworker. And he just shows up at her house.
That's wild.
It's fucked up.
Do you think it has to do with the fact that men aren't socially conditioned to be in touch with their emotions, express their emotions? So when they feel that overwhelming feeling of attraction for a woman, they don't know how to act. Like, they don't. It's not normalized for guys to sit down and talk about their feelings, really go deep on how that made him feel in the relationship, in the deal.
You know what? I think it comes from the fact that society glorifies relationships too much from the men's side. Like, men need a woman, right? Which is, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I agree. I definitely do. But there's, how can I say this? There's this toxic bias where you're like, for a lot of guys, where it's like, if I can't get a girl, I'm not shit. So I think that's what they chase. Where it's like, so when they get rejected, I mean, I guess if you get rejected like 1,000 times and you're just like not being selected by any girls,
so it's about pride.
Yeah, I think like these guys lose their mind, But for I mean, for guys that like get girls, we're just like, okay, and then we're assholes. But it's like, I think really it's the glorification of it. And if you think about it, like my theory is like everything we do it's for women,
Yeah, for mating,
bro.
For
like I have a friend who has this theory, and I don't remember. Like there's a philosopher that said something about this too. But I'm gonna start with my friend. He told me one night, he was like, bro, if it wasn't for women, I'll be sleeping in the floor.
Like, here's the thing.
Oh yeah, like your apartment, right?
Yeah. A genie comes, says I'll grant you $1 billion, $10 billion, $100 billion, but the condition is you can never have sex again, or you can never have romantic relations.
There's no point.
Is there a point to having $100 billion?
It's too good. Sex is too good. I
think for me, like when it comes to like these things about men, like following women and all of these things, I broke it down to like 3 reasons. Like, number 1, same thing about society telling you that you ain't shit without a woman. Number 2, a lot of them believe that they have the solution to everything. And so they want to fix it, and they think like, I can fix it, I can do this. And that's why a lot of after breakups, it turns really toxic. And I'm guilty of this, where you try to fix a breakup, so you go up to the person, you hit them up, you talk, and like, it's okay.
Dangerous. It's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. And number 3 is for some reason in society with social media, it's been taught to guys that girls like guys who put in effort, who are perseverant with their attempt. It's weird. And so
mixed messages.
It starts blurring the line between what is being perseverant and what is being creepy.
Obsessive.
Absolutely. You know what? I was discussing, I don't know if it was with Kareem, actually. I discussed this now that I'm thinking about it. But I think most of the guys, I don't know if it's, what's the right word? The most of the process for a girl to choose a guy happens when he's not talking to her. What I mean about that is that, like she's saying, right? Like, she wants a guy per se, like, that she feels secure with, that she feels that, maybe can take care of like certain things that she's not able to. So for me, it's like, let me set myself up, without her. So when I show up, she feels secure, and then she feels like she can give herself to me. You know, she can confide herself to me. So a lot of these guys are just basing, you know, their life upon one girl, and it's like, oh my god, and she's the price. Yeah. No, the price is whatever you do.
Focus
with your life.
On yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Focus on who you are, like your, you know, your knowledge, your physique, your dreams, your career.
That's why like confidence is often cited as one of the top things women look for in a man.
Absolutely.
And confidence absolutely comes from focusing on yourself.
Absolutely.
The dudes who are overly obsessed in the girl, you see signs of not confidence.
Absolutely. And it's also not attractive. Like I'm gonna be honest, like if you see a guy that's like not focused, desperate, not focused on anything, doesn't have anything going on, doesn't like, you know, doesn't do shit, just lays on bed all day, and it's just like, yo, that's, I mean, unless
Jenna, do you have anything to say about this?
I actually wanted to ask Jenna if she had any experience with like over obsessive men. Let's go.
Oh, the tea is about to run right now. She's like, let's go.
We're really making you work as the consultant.
I think we should just stay here after.
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, I've had many stalkers.
Many?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a stalker for about like 8 years.
Oh my god.
And
the same guy?
Wait, 8 years?
Wait, just keep going.
So I had a stalker. I went on a date with this guy. He wasn't like what I was looking for, and then he like nonstop messaged me. He called me from every number possible. I blocked every single number. He found out where I lived. He found out where I lived after I moved.
What?
I bumped into him in the metro once, and he tried to punch me in the face. But that's like mental illness. That's a little bit like extreme as an example, but
8 years though.
8 years, like nonstop.
He was unchecked for 8 years.
That's wild.
And you called the cops and everything?
I had a private investigator at one point.
Wow. Your parents were involved in everything?
Yeah, because he found out where I lived when I moved. I saw him like standing outside my building, and I was like, oh no, this shit's wild. This guy's gonna kill me.
That's terrifying.
That's wild.
I've always, like, since I was younger, like I met him when I was 18. Like just have like switchblade on me or like pepper spray.
Something.
Cause like I'm not gonna fucking die. Yeah. And there've just been like other instances of like creepy people who have followed me places. So it's like you don't, like, you leave your house and that's pretty much danger right away. So it's just like,
even at your house could be dangerous.
Yeah, you never know. Like there's so many things that could happen. Yeah.
I think as guys, it's important for us to be mindful of that when we're interacting with women.
Absolutely.
We know our intentions are true. We know we're good people. We're genuine, but we have to take into account the daily experience of women. Yeah. Like you might be cool, but you don't know all the fucked up shit that she's experienced with men. Maybe in a past relationship. Maybe on the street getting harassed. So it's, I think we need to be mindful of that.
Well, like my thing is women are the guardians of life, so my thing really is like if you're, and listen, I don't know like who's gonna listen to this, but if you're a guy, man, and maybe you identify with you might be a little bit creepy, bro, like just take a step back, man, and focus on your life. Focus on. Yeah. I'm telling you, your life is not gonna get better if you find a girl. Because I think that a lot of guys think that like my life's gonna get better when I find the woman. She's gonna fix me. There's no woman that's gonna fix you. As a matter of fact, you're gonna destroy her. You're gonna just completely destroy her for years. Because when a woman loves you, she's gonna give you all she has, and if you destroy that, she's never gonna be the same. Yeah. And the repercussions of that can be on your child, on her friends, on her family, and she might never get over that shit ever in her life. So you really have to be careful as a man how you are in the dating scene. If you're a creepy motherfucker, bro, stay away. Focus on yourself. Get a psychologist. Don't be ashamed that you're not right now.
If your experience as a man is all these women treat me like shit, they're rejecting me, they don't give me a time of day, what do you think are the chances that the reason behind that, what's the probability behind the reason being all women are actually evil, or the chance that maybe it's you?
Yeah, it's probably
maybe
you.
it's fucking you.
Probably you.
You know what I mean?
Probably you.
Well, I mean, it's tough because you don't
What's
know what
more
they
likely?
went. You don't know what they went through though. Like maybe their mom wasn't there.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
There
Like
might
the
be
guy
many
or the girl?
reasons for why they are acting that way, and they're in that space.
Yeah.
But the point is still
No, it's not. Obviously, it's not the other person's fault.
The point of control is on you.
Yeah,
so
of course.
If your past was very traumatic, it led you to this, then the solution isn't to find a girl who can accept it and matches you. The solution is to find ways to solve that, whether it's you need professional help, you need medication, or you need to do self-development. There's different stages.
Self-development for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Focus on that, man. Yeah. Focus on that.
If that stalker had for 8 years had focused on his work
instead,
he'd be a doctor. That man would be a doctor saving lives
his
today.
Fucking time harassing you for what?
Is he in jail or? No idea.
Was he was he a normal guy in terms of what he does, or?
I think he was doing drugs.
That's not good either.
Don't take drugs, kids.
But I just wanted to wrap up this episode. I think it's nice we have an entire room with different opinion, and I think it comes to two things. Men, first of all, work on yourself. Don't be creeps out there. And I think you don't have to pursue people. You just have to focus on yourself first, because everything comes for a reason. Time is your friend. And if you feel like you have to run after something, it's not meant to be. And some women out there too, it's like sometimes you date a guy who's really fucked up and you have this savior complex.
I can change him.
At the end of the day, you cannot help someone who is unable to help themselves.
Straight up.
You just have to focus on yourself and be a better person. And I always say this at the end of some podcasts, but there's no shame in seeking help. If you need help, if you need to find resources are all out there. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. There are different hotlines out there that you can call when you feel that something is really wrong. We should never discredit your feelings. If you feel some type of way, get some help. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I just wanted to conclude this episode with Guti. Where can we find you?
Okay, so y'all can find me on TikTok, your boy Guti. Instagram as well. I'm there. And also, I'll be opening my own podcast as well. Guti and the Hitman on all the platforms. So y'all can find me over there if y'all like this podcast and support the channel. Kill your pride. The guys, subscribe, like, comment, share.
Thank you.
We also had a impromptu guest, Jenna, but
shout out to
Jenna MTL.
With the insights.
Scared the shit out of me with that story.
Yeah.
Jenna, man. I was kind of afraid now.
But like always, my name is Danny. I'm here with my co-host,
KYP James.
Kevin G.
And remember to kill your pride.
Bro.